You too. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Mel.
Have a great time.
Thank you, brother.
I was working at Oak Ridge from Alabama as a bricklayer. I was called to the Army, and I went to Great Britain. Since I was in concrete masonry, I was building manholes for them because their jets were larger and they needed more manholes and longer space. I stayed there about 6 or 7 months, and by that time, the war was over in Europe. We were still fighting the Japanese, and I went to the Philippines. Well, there wasn't much to fight there in the Philippines. It was over. You remember? I thought I could come home while I'm single. I didn't have no family, so they sent me back to Japan. I stayed there over a year, and you dropped the bomb.
I'm a tour guide by trade, but I just do volunteer for Honor Flight. My husband doesn't mind. If not, yeah, he'll smile again.
And what prompted you to start doing this?
One of the other ground guardians did it, and I said, oh, I'll do it too.
I was a physical therapist in the Army, and I worked in Kellogg, Michigan. I didn't see any service because women weren't in the service at the time. But I did see veterans who were wounded veterans. It was difficult to see the veterans who came back from war. Some of them were wounded, really wounded, without arms and legs. I actually married a veteran who lost his leg in the Second World War.
And was he one of your physical therapy patients?
I saw him, but he wasn't my patient. And I later married him.
Well, God, we give you thanks today for the HonorAir Knoxville, for the opportunity to lay a wreath in honor of the Air Force service and Brandon Allen Hall. We give you thanks for Brandon's service and commitment to our nation. We pause, though, now to remember and honor him, for he gave for our tomorrows the ideas we value today, the ideas of freedom, justice, and peace. And so as we lay this wreath in honor of him, we ask that you would renew our spirits and grant us the strength to serve you and our country with the same pride and courage. Equip each of us to never forget Brandon and all of our veterans. Allow us to always remember the value of their sacrifice, the tenacity of their endurance, and the nobility of their courage. Finally, God, we ask that you watch over all who wear our nation's uniforms today, especially those in harm's way on the freedom's frontier in Iraq and Afghanistan. This we ask in your almighty and all merciful name we do pray. Amen.
There was a gentleman came to me tonight and said, I took my father on the last flight in the spring. When we got back, he died 4 months later. He never stopped talking about the flight, and it was the first and only time in his entire life that he had ever flown. So I think it's really interesting that I think at this point in their life that they have such a huge experience, and it's kind of at the end of their life and helps them wind down and maybe come to peace with where they are and where they were with World War II or with the Korean War. So when I see that and I see that peace, it just keeps inspiring me to keep doing it for as long as we possibly can.